Venus and Jupiter conjunction, love, money, and Maya. Tomorrow, before sunrise, Venus and Jupiter. They kiss in the dawn sky. Our two brightest planets, shoulder to shoulder. It's actually a cosmic green light for love, money, beauty, and meaning. Yes, it's a prime time for getting fooled by Maya. Tonight, we're going to make it wise. I am Sri Radha Govindadasi. I blend Vedic astrology, psychology, and bhakti yoga. If you stay with me for the hour, you'll leave with three things: a grounded read of what's happening in the sky, a 7-day sankalpa that aligns desire with Dharma, Venus, and Jupiter, and a sign by sign game plan you can start tomorrow morning, the moment you step outside and see the two lights rise together. Let's set the scene. On August 12th, before sunrise, Venus and Jupiter appear less than a degree apart. Think of the width of your pinky finger. It's like that much distance. Quick astronomy sanity check. The conjunction means close in our sky. It's optical. It's not necessarily physical. They are nowhere near each other in space. That makes this a teaching moment for us. So Venus means desire, connection, aesthetics. Jupiter is meaning, ethics, expansion. So when they team up together, you can get sweetness with sense or excess with excuses. Tonight we will choose which of the two. Two quick framework notes so that nobody gets lost. If you are into technical details of astrology, if you're using sidereal zodiac, the conjunction on August 11-12 lands in Gemini. And if you're using tropical system, the exact meeting up is in Cancer by degree. So the sky is the same. It's just the detail. The house emphasis may differ. So I'll call out the house logic so that both camps can track up this conjunction. Mercury also just turned direct on August 11th. That's today. So conversations, contracts, comments are more likely to land if we keep our speech clean and meaningful. So let's talk to you. When the two brightest planets rise together, the heart may say go bigger, and your nervous system may say spend faster, but the soul says go truer. Which voice within will win? Well, it depends on what you've been practicing the most. The three classic Maya traps that can happen today, number one is in romance, because Venus is all about mistaking intensity for compatibility. So beware of that. The second is prosperity hype, buying the feeling of abundance instead of building the system of abundance. And the third point that could happen is guru shopping, collecting teachers because it's easier than sitting down to practice yourself, or in other words, over-dependence on teachers. So the Bhagavad Gita tells us that medicine is just one line: regulate your senses. Even if there are objects of desire, you move under grace, not repression, not just suppression. It's regulation. So it's not that never, just not today. So waiting for the right time. Now, before we go sign by sign, 1 minute scan of these different parts that may be in our mind. Our choices come from self and not from a panicked part. That's very important to make sure. So close your eyes if you can. Ask which part is leading right now. Is it like a manager part in you that's maybe pushing for control or perfection? Or maybe a firefighter and chasing instant soothing? Or maybe it's an exile. Maybe it's the part that little lonely 5-year-old you asking not to be left alone again. And the second question comes up. What does this particular part hope will happen if I say yes today, whatever the Venus aspect is? And the third question is, what's one way you can care for that particular part without overspending, without over-promising, without over-dependence, without oversharing, so that you can make a cleaner karma, make space for that dharmic desire to flourish? Srimad Bhagavatam emphasizes that devotion done without motive or without interruption can actually satisfy the soul, can satisfy the heart. So what does it mean in today's translation? It means I choose connection that serves my service, serves seva, not just dopamine. I'm not doing it for selfish motives. And because this conjunction is happening with Gemini, it's about mind, speech, the stories we tell, the narratives. It's an opportunity to reframe the narrative. So we'll do 3 simple moves together right now. Grab a paper and a pen, write down. Step 1 is desire. Write the specific thing that you want from this window of opportunity, because sankalpas are everything. What is it that you're looking for? Is it prosperity? Is it love? Is it beauty? Is it clarity? Literally, what is the desire? Then pause this video, take the time, do it. Then do the Dharma filter. How does this desire serve my service, my family, my sadhana? And if you can't answer it, scale it down. Because see, Jupiter blesses meaning, not just motion. So this is a great opportunity. And then the step 3 is to discipline. Make a 7-day plan. Relationships, take 10 minutes a day just to listen to a person that you care for. And if you're thinking of prosperity, budget before you spend. Don't just have this pie in the sky idea, I want a lot of money. It should be, you should deserve to have that wealth so you can use it in a proper way. Because whatever it is that we do is a yagya, is like a sacrifice. So park this 1, 2, 3 steps. We'll return to it at the end to lock your sankalpa. See, context matters. The last few weeks, it carried very intense energy of Mars and Ketu. So it was not just fire, it's fire to the power of, blazing fire. And the pattern looks like this. Kama, Krodha, Moha, I want, I don't get it, I snap, and then I pretend I never wanted it. That's not vairagya, that's not detachment, that's actually a mask. So we are looking at it from a spiritual perspective of Venus, Jupiter. Doesn't erase karma, it can restore proportion. So in this Gemini field of dialogue that we're having, the beginnings are have better conversations and repair what's scorched, because Ketu and Mars scorched some aspects of life. Restart paused projects, learn, teach, write, and create beauty with discernment, if it makes sense. So here is our Unearth Annuity game plan for the next 2 weeks. Cool the fire, 3 breaths before you speak anything. Speech that is truthful, that's helpful. Number 2, repair. I spoke harshly. I'm sorry. I value us. Can we reset things? And then sweet sadhana, quality meditation, quality japa, quality chasing the spiritual aspects, little kirtan, little swadhyaya, studies every day. And number 4, speak to build. It's, cool off the communication. And then step 5 is relaunch small. 1 mini class, 1 little reel. Literally take 1 step at a time. Now, the part everyone loves, sign by sign. I'm coming there. I'll give it to you. Outer winds, the shadow to watch, 1 inner cleaning, and a 7-day micro action. Use your rising sign for life logistics. Moon for mind, emotions. If you're tropical, map the house that I mentioned. If you're sidereal, then use your usual chart, if it makes sense. So, rising sign, this is like a mini reading for every sign. We start with Aries, the 3rd house, which is voice, courage, skills. Outer winds, what is going to be your outer wind? Pitches land. Short trips can be very beneficial. Siblings connection can soften. And you can also probably land certain projects you were waiting for. And the shadow is maybe impulsive drives, rivalry. Maybe you're craving attention. And internal work is work on this irritation of trying to prove that you're worth it. And the 7-day step is before you open the chat app, try to see what's the purpose of that relationship, or what's the purpose of that communication. And in terms of bhakti, be true, be gentle, be helpful, recite 6 minutes of Bhagavad Gita every day, give a loud applause to Venus, put some candle lights, and give some meaning to your voice and a little nudge to your inner parts. If a particular part of you is demanding perfect posts or perfect work related things, let it be batch drafts, because that firefighter is always strong in you. It may crave the dopamine hit, but maybe you need to take a sip of water. Do your sankalpa, my courage serves clarity. My words are seva. My words are service. All right. Moving on to Taurus. Taurus is going to influence the 2nd house, food, family, speech. Outer winds are cash flow, family situation may improve, and the shadow situation could be comfort, splurges, over craving for sugary things. And internally, you might want to work on sarcasm. It may erode trust. And the 7-day micro action for you can be track every rupee or euro or dollar. No judgment, just data. And also align this ability for prosperity and planning. In other words, before you want to eat pastries, donate something to the temple. And the inner work, inner parts is maybe there's a part that you've neglected for a while. So check in. I honor that part. And wealth will be a very important theme for you probably. So work on spending sanely. Gemini is influencing the first house, identity, radiance, leadership. Your outer winds are charisma. Charisma may rise, and you may be invited to guide or teach, or people may look up to you. It's a moment to rebrand your momentum, I would say. And the shadow problems could be over-promising, because speech might be a little bit too, maybe over-dependency. Codependency could be another issue. Inner clearing. Maybe instead of approval chasing, look for the divine's blessings. Watch out if you're choosing cleverness over consistency. Patience aspect can be developed. And the 7-day micro action, write a 1-page life brief, your roles, your values, your non-negotiables, and read it every morning. And then talking about your spiritual life and discipline, think about one core practice, like 10 minutes a day, 10 minutes reading some specific book, complete it. And inner work-wise, maybe that manager is selling you too much. Let's get this done. Let's get that done. Let it design a simple offering, not like that firefighter who's craving for novelty, like not just jumping from projects. Park some ideas and one day at a time. So the sankalpa can be, I choose coherence over charisma. That could be, and consistency over charisma. And the next is Cancer. Cancer is the 12th house, which is all about retreat, sleep, surrender. And outer winds are aspects where there's deep dream work, all those plans that you've been having for several years. And it could even be like ashram life or foreign travels. Some opportunities in foreign countries can come up. And healing that solitude. Yeah, travel can be a very important travel in a long-term sense. And the shadow could be escapism, maybe scrolling at night, some kind of fantasies. This could be like Venus's hit. And the inner work, inner clearing can be unprocessed grief and maybe even ancestral residues, what they call as pitrudosha. And the 7-day micro action could be lights out, 45 minutes earlier, go to sleep. And name maybe one ancestor, your grandfather, your grandmother, somebody who's been influential in your life. One thing you're grateful for this lineage that you are in. And for your bhakti in your spiritual life, listen to one lecture, maybe a 10 minutes, 20 minutes lecture in bed before your phone's messages and other things that you do. And on Amavasya, on New Moon Day, you might want to connect with your ancestors, take their names and pray for them, pray to them. And inner work, inner parts, soothe that abandoned part of you with a warm affirmation and replace late night snacks and stuff with herbal tea. Calm yourself down, like nourish that part of you which has been abandoned. Okay. And the sankalpa can be rest should become worship for you. You need to actually treat it as sacred. You need to rest. You need to relax. Okay, next is Leo. Leo is all about 11th house, network, gains, audiences. So the outer winds will be big in terms of collaborations, clicking on that connection and community. Community will grow. YouTube following might grow. Wiser people may start to follow you and appear in your life in general. And the shadow could be that validation addiction that comes from all this. The leader ego, the compare and despair, which is always a kind of a problem for Leo. But then the inner cleaning is subtle entitlement. Work on it, like admit it, look at it, and then try to consciously move away from spotlight. And the 7-day micro action could be for you, host like a 20-minute community check-in with no sales pitch, nothing of yourself, but just to check in on your community. Anonymously give some charity. This will be very tricky one and very beneficial. And publicly praise 3 people with no political intentions. And the inner work, the parts within you, give that, maybe a manager part in you that wants some attention. So give it service to do, like co-create. And your mantra can be, I turn followers into Sangha. Okay, next is Virgo. Virgo, it's all about 10th house. 10th house is career, calling, purpose, public work. So for you, the outer winds will be focused on teaching, consulting, visibility, on systems that scale. systems that will work. Challenges of shadow is perfectionism, martyrdom maybe, and maybe work cycles that are like in a loop, maybe micromanaging also. So the inner clearing is looking at deeper value system. Don't do overwork, work on resentment. And then a 7-day micro action could be work, like look at one imperfect thing each day, offer 5 minutes of whatever work that you do as a yagya, as a seva. And the internal parts within you, like calm that error anxious manager is always trying to find faults. It's okay to do imperfect things, like make an imperfect reel, things like that. That really kind of gives confidence to your parts. And yeah, this is also very important. 25 minutes a day, take walks wherever you can in the nature. Your sankalpa can be done. When I do things in devotion, it's better than doing it perfectly. So the mood, the intention, more important. Libra. Libra is going to be focused on 9th house, teachings, Dharma, teachers, learning, long distance travels. So the outer winds for you could be mentors appear. Great teachers may appear in your life, and you may reconnect with some good ones. And you may travel for study, and you get clarity on your syllabus maybe. And the shadow could be the fear of missing out. Maybe guru groupism, you may be subject to some of that, debates on that topic. And the inner cleaning is, you may want to work on pride dressed up as discernment. Sometimes you may think, oh, I'm being just discerning, but it may be pride. 7-day micro action for you could be take time to do something for yourself. Maybe a verse of Bhagavad Gita. Write down that verse. Connect with the divine culture. And in terms of your spiritual life and discipline, choose one particular guru or like Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Srila Prabhupada or Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and connect with them, pray to them. And the inner parts, your inner parts, maybe tell that manager of yours that consistency is more important than doing new things. That can be very helpful. And your sankalpa can be, I follow one path. I follow a deep path, not 10 paths that are wide. So like dig in one place, you'll find water. Next is Scorpio. Scorpio is the 8th house. It's about depth, therapy, healing, shared resources, challenges to overcome. The outer winds could be, you may find some answers to some questions, research, breakthroughs, therapy that lands you in a healing path, fair settlements. And the shadow aspects could be secrecy, control, maybe jealousy, envy can come up. So inner cleaning that will really help is not the attitude that all or nothing, take a look at that, but work on intimate bonding with real friendships. So the micro goals for you can be some private thoughts of yours you can share with somebody, so it can be useful to somebody else. So it's like a way to channel that Venus and Jupiter in a wise way. And for your spiritual life, maybe you need somebody for accountability. If you're having certain weaknesses, you might want to discuss it with somebody openly. Reassure that part of you that it's okay to have weakness as long as you address it and have somebody to accountable. And work on that exile. Tell your part affirmation, I'm here for you. I'll take care of you. So don't just put up that firefighter to fight your weaknesses, but be kind internally. So tell yourself, the sankalpa can be, I transform by telling the truth gently to yourself also, because the truth is not just the flaws, but it's also the positive aspects. So it's like the balance. Next is Sagittarius. 7th house is going to be, focus will be on it, Sagittarius. Partnerships, clients, contracts. The outer winds will be the sweeter bonds, success in partnerships, aligned clients, maybe wise alliances, wise contracts. And the shadow could be practice what you preach. That may be a theme that will come up. And you may want to prioritize loyalty over freedom. It's more important to have loyalty and good relations. And the 7-day micro action could be, ask yourself, what would help you feel supported today? Then do that one small thing to support yourself. And your spiritual bhakti discipline tip can be, do kirtan for 10 minutes, just you in front of a picture or a deity, and co-write agreements with the Lord. Like, what are you doing and what kind of help you want from the Lord? It can be very powerful. And the inner parts work for you is remind yourself that you don't have to fear those parts of you which are wounded. You're an adult now. You can take care of those parts. And the sankalpa for you can be, choose to take care of those parts of me instead of correcting them. Next is Capricorn. Capricorn, 6th house, areas of health, service, routines. The themes will be very useful to harmonize with Venus and Jupiter. The outer winds will be like you feel need for cleaner habits, reliable helpers may come, solvable problems, like that kind of theme in these weeks. And the shadow is overworking, maybe some craving, maybe sugar cravings, caffeine, or maybe even nitpicking, some kind of a theme with that area. And inner cleaning, contempt. Maybe you feel contempt for slow people, and maybe self-neglect. You may do self-neglect. 7-day micro action is have breakfast in the same time, 7 days in a week, same start time, and then keep like an inventory. And also like 12-minute micro puja or something, food discipline. So that's very important in spiritual stability. Seva that's sustainable, do something that you know that you can continue. And the nudge for your inner parts work is offer your body proper care. So maybe there are certain parts in you that may want to just keep snacking. And then there is a firefighter who wants to come there and solve the situation. So you might want to like balance them to give them stability, steadiness. So your sankalpa can be, I provide the steadiness that my parts need. Okay, we're moving to Aquarius, 5th house, creativity, children, maybe students, your studies. Outer winds will be inspired output. You may even be in romantic situations, success as a student. And the shadow may be compare yourself with others, your peers or your friends, and some sort of a ironic detachment. There's a grapes are sour kind of detachment, over theorizing. And your internal work can be, don't withhold praise, give it, make it openly, kindness. And the 7-day micro action can be 20 minutes, no scroll. Create something instead of just looking, watching something. Create a motivational quote or something. Post one line about spirituality. Bhakti yoga practice or tip for you, praising other people's work, at least mentally, in front of God. It'll really help you brainstorm what is your next step. And the inner work, inner parts, is celebrate those small shares, small victories. And even if there are parts of you which fail, just laugh together. Don't shame your parts and like don't exile certain parts of you. So it's okay. It's okay to err. That's human. So your sankalpa can be, I create to uplift, not to impress. I share to uplift. So don't worry too much about the responses. Finally, coming to Pisces, the 4th house, home, heart, property. Outer winds are home, beautification. Maybe you have some renovation going on in your home, prosperity, luck, inner contentment. And the shadow is maybe you feel nostalgic loops of thought patterns, maybe emotional binge eating. Maybe you could have messy home situation. Maybe you need to work on boundaries. These themes may come up. I think to watch out for. You may be rescuing in the name of love. Maybe guilt, decorating. Maybe you're buying things just to feel better. I want to watch out for that. 7-day micro action, 15 minutes. Clean up your space where you are. One loving text to a family member. These things will really strengthen that Venus-Jupiter. Tip. Hold a little kirtan together. Maybe you'll listen to kirtan. Declutter your space. Get rid of 10 things in the upcoming week. Invite sadhus or friends over for a prasadam. And the inner work nudge for you is keep your altar, like keep a space where you have an altar. That's a place where you go for your sacred meditation. And also have some phone-free time. I think your sankalpa should be, I make my home a temple. Now we're coming to the end of the video. Tonight, tomorrow, the ritual is we're locking this sankalpa. Place one token for your sankalpa. I gave you just some examples. Work on it. Your mala, your wallet, your journal, your art tools. Where you'll sit at dawn, sleep a little early today. Tomorrow, wake up 45 minutes before sunrise. Step outside, face northeast direction. Find Venus, Jupiter energy. Whisper your 3-step sankalpam. Pray to the Lord to give you empowerment to be the best version of you. Do your micro action immediately. That's the ritual. Why does this work? Because desire without meaning, it only burns out. So meaning without beauty, it's very dry and it dies out. So Venus brings rasa, mellows, and Jupiter brings meaning and purpose. So sweetness and rightness together. So in this specific sign. These two teachers are co-teaching beauty, love, and meaning, something that lasts. So remember the caution, no expectation of instant forgiveness, no dramatic exits, no extremes. So your 3 verses to carry this week is Bhagavad Gita, regulation amid temptation, okay? Grace, not never, but not now. And Bhagavad Gita 3.9, work as a yagya, freedoms from sticky karma. And Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing and chanting, abhadrani, get rid of all the inauspicious things. Sweep it out. If you're watching this video and you'd like some tips, put your rising sign and your 7-day micro action. Questions I would expect from you are, how do I balance love and money choices this week? How do I repair after Mars Ketu fallout? Beauty serve wisdom. Align Venus, what you want, with Jupiter, why you want it. And your intelligence will show you Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Krishna gives you the right intelligence. So type Venus, Jupiter if you want my printable 3-step checklist, and share this video with someone who's about to make a big love or money decision, maybe. I'll see you tomorrow at dawn under the same sky, making wiser choices all the way. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hare Krishna.